Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the game known as Elex II. My IVATOPIA is episode 308. I said it's Elex II, and I was going to say this nasty, but I left it back in the base, didn't I? Oh yeah, there's a troll down there. Oh yeah, we're going to fight, that was it. For your information, if you're interested, I'm recording this the 31st of December 2023, so we're still in 2023. I've decided to do more because technically I finished the ones I wanted to do for this year before I had a little time off around Christmas New Year. I still wanted to try to get some extra Age of Conan and Age of Wonders 4 done for me to take a look at still, and I still have the Starfields to do, 14 of them. But I was thinking, you know, if I can finish Elex off over the next few days, maybe, or the next week, that'll make it a lot easier on me, because A, I will have a bunch of, you know, going out 3 times a month, a bunch of them for what? Like I said, if we do 5 episodes a week, we do 20, that's a month, 40. You see what I'm saying? 2 months. That means I'll only have to worry about doing 2. Well, obviously get Starfield 14 done for total code up, but then only doing 2 of Starfield every week, 15-minute episodes, half an hour a week of it. Well, obviously frees me up for other things a little bit. Especially because I got some news. I've already mentioned. I think it was during Elex, or it might have been something else. Well, I don't want to review it yet, but it's going to basically a lot of my year next year, the back half of it. So for that reason, I want to get ahead as much as I can now. Originally this was going to be, this year I'm just going to keep it steady, just do what I need to do each week, yada yada. And now it's like, oh crap, I need to bloody get way ahead again, what sucks. So hopefully I'll get to a year or two I don't have to do that, I can just do it steady like I planned for this year, but it's life for you. So my goal as right now is to push as much things that don't get updated as possible before I start doing my stuff, and instead of stick to my normal 6 weeks where it gives me 7, I need to double that. I'm thinking of doing it more like this. I've got to work out a timetable, roughly 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days, hopefully I can do over 2, but 3 days where I cover the stuff for the following week on the channel, and then the last 3 or 2 if I have to, or even 4 days, depending if I go to Saturday. I'm planning to then focus on just one series and just keep knocking it out until it's finished. And when I say finished, until I've hit a number of episodes. Slot 2 was Elex II Starfield. Technically 290. Not including the 14 Starfield I still got to catch up with. So, just assuming that them Starfield 14 are done, this is my first one of the 290 to do. Because that just makes it a lot simpler, and I'd say that's why one of the things I don't, like Elex, they're not going to update this now. And if they do, it'd be something small to stop a little crashing or a little bug here and there. It's not going to add anything else. Didn't with the first game. There'd probably be a third one. So again, if I can complete this game in the next 5 episodes, 20 episodes, 40 episodes, that means I don't have to worry about that thing other than 2 slots of Starfield. And as soon as Elex is finished and Starfield's 2s hit them, let's say it takes 40 more episodes, hits them at the end of them 4 months, Starfield would then, if I'm still doing Starfield, would jump to 5. And it'd be a lot simpler just focusing on Starfield and said, okay, how many do I need to do this week? I've got to do, you know, for this month I need to do, I don't know, at least 5 of these, and I need to do 2 of these, you know what I'm saying? It's just working stuff out. What's that nasty running around there? He wants me to go somewhere. What? Nasty? You come to talk to me because I'm trying to do... Oh. That made it simpler.
What the hell is wrong with you? Too many hits to the head?
What was it about?
Yeah. I should really do something about these blackouts.
Okay, I was expecting that.
I'll take care of them when there's time.
I was just going to ask her to follow me, that was it. Okay, anyway. So, looking at my series, the ones that fit that the best, so the ones I want to do first, is obviously Kenshi. Again, I don't plan to really end that series until Kenshi 2 comes out, unless this Kung Fu one that's in early access ends up being amazing. Like, so far it's good. I've done 3 episodes to take a look. I'll probably do a few more. But like, I don't think it's full enough to take over it fully. And I don't see Kenshi 2 being released this year. When I say this year, I'm talking about 24, I'm saying on 2023 right now. If I say this year, just assume I mean the year I'm trying to get this stuff done in. So, knocking them all out, again, I think it's 50 episodes I need to do. What else are my things that's super stable? Like I said, Elex is... Starfield, yeah, there's supposed to be some DLC for that, but there's so much to do with that. I feel the DLC would just add little extras here and there to do, so I can't see that really screwing the game up if I get that done pretty soon. And I think that could be going into next year anyway. The one thing that will screw me up though, Squadron 42 gets released at the end of the year. Like, what was my prediction for Squadron 42? I'm saying the end of this year, that's... what was it? It was basically the end of this year or the following year. At this point, I'm kind of hoping the following year now. Because if that comes out in the end of the year and I've managed to pull this off, I'll be, oh fudge, I've got to jump on and get all these squadrons done now, and lots of stuff like my first thing, my new shows, what currently is Cyberpunk. That will obviously get pushed at that point. But speaking of Cyberpunk, I don't think that will take the whole year to do. So again, 290 episodes to finish the expansion. I know they're 25-minute episodes, sorry. Not the hour-ish episodes I did for the original cycle, but still, I don't think it's taking 290. So, again, that's another one I see being quite stable. So like I said, my plan is to, before I officially go back, start knocking these Elex II, finish Elex II off. Hopefully that's done. Ticked off. Hopefully I can get a month, 2, 4, 5 months ahead. I just have to work on 2 Starfields a week minimum then. And then my plan, like I said, with that 2 to 3 days focus on something, and the rest to get the weekly stuff. So that's only 2 Starfields for 4 months. Why I could then focus on maybe knocking Cyberpunks out. And hopefully within the next 3-4 months they're all done. See, that's 2 full slots I don't have to worry about now. Focus on Kenshi. As I said, knocking Kenshi out. Star Control's another one that will finish, and they won't really get any updates. And then Gal Civ will take over. And obviously Gal Civ I need to match up with and take a look at then. And then we're getting into the more of the stuff that's constantly getting updated. So hence that's getting pushed a little further along in the year, since I'm doing them more weekly at this point, or every couple of weeks or something. And stuff like Bar, Star Citizen, obviously, IWDs, because I use multiple games for that one, and they're just really hard to pull off. I want to sit down and just knock a year's worth of them out. I also need to Tiffy to sit down and talk with it for a year too, so that's why they're less updatey, but at the same time it's getting pushed at the end. So my goal is hopefully get all that done, but at the same time I wouldn't mind by the 6-month mark ish to have only Star Citizens still to do. I'm sure I can fit them in every few weeks or whatever for the newer patches still, and I wouldn't mind the IWDs. And I think off my head that, and also the Gal Civ to a certain extent, because obviously they're getting all the new patches this year. As for take a look at some that, like I said, my goal right now is to finish the Age of Wonders game off. So if that takes 6 more episodes, takes 10 more episodes, then as new stuff come out, if something, oh my god, I need to show this off now, like a new DLC for Warhammer 3, I can then do it and then just shove it in, and then them episodes just get pushed back. So that's kind of making a buffer for them. That's what's been happening to Spellforce. I think right now they go up to March. If I don't do any of the take a look at from this point on, they go up to March, and I think it ends with Spellforce, the Conquest one, the parts of that. But obviously adding these Age of Wonders going to obviously push Spellforce, Conquest, other parts, probably into May, June. You see what I'm saying? Maybe July. Same thing with the Gal Civs, finishing that particular game off before the Star Control one. So yeah, that's basically where I'm up to with what I want to do with my stuff right now. So hopefully you can bear with me, and hopefully in a few months I can explain why the second half of the year I kind of need to be off a bit more. And just work my ass off like mad after this Christmas and go back and boom, the next 6 months and basically double everything. Basically, I want to push them to roughly February. Just double it. But with Deception, like I said, I don't mind having a few Star Citizens here and there to do to stay on top of it and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Me saying I want to do something is different to me actually completing the doing it, isn't it? Just like with everybody. It's one thing, I have this list. What did they say? Every great plan is great, or something until it comes under fire, or it goes to war or something, so... Anyway, follow me.
Follow me.
Good.
But that's why I have to do the episodes when you're like, hey, you said you were going to do any more of these until next year or around January. Well, that's why I'm doing them. I'm hoping, I said, to complete this. And then I'm hoping to get the Major Wonders done, probably. And also, like I did say with them IWD shows, I've actually spent last night working out them, then my next Unbreakable. My 4th Unbreakable one. I mean, 4 Unbreakables, I'm planning to do 10 episodes for it. So that makes when I go back in January, it'll make the IWD a little simpler before campaign officially comes back. And at that point, the last campaign was actually in April. So theoretically, Oh god, where are you going from? Move back up again. For the third time, theoretically, that would mean with that. Oh, I missed it. Seriously? Well, you just die talking. Say theoretically. Well, stop saying theoretically. Just say. There we go. Okay, theoretically, for the bloody numpty time at this point. If they may pass April because of that, because I believe the IWDs are currently going out weekly, but I've got 5 to edit, and 2 or 3 have already been edited, and of course we have to sit down to do the talks, the announcing, and all the voices. And I believe off my head, they should take us when they are done up to roughly where everything else is aimed for on the channel, as in next round about February. So that means you add 2 months to February. That's going to be April. And depending where in April, when the last Chronic Pain pay-per-view was done, April the 28th on the channel. You know, technically, I split that into 3 parts. So even though the way we did it, they were obviously going up 3 weeks. And it was all done at the same day. But I was like, this is live today, but you're going to watch it next week. Because I tried to act like IWD's like an in-game real-life company type thing. So they're the superstars running it and stuff and everything. So with that... Do you see what I'm saying? So with that, even though technically it was 3 weeks before it, that pay-per-view actually happened, and then they had 3 weeks off, what never came back because of just specials, then of course the Roost special, and now I'm going to do Unbreakables, and then they will come back. So with that being said, it might be over a year since I've done an actual proper Chronic Pain. And obviously IWD is stupid technically going up because I classed the Jest specials as, again, a Jest special, what was presented from IWD. It's equivalent like in real life, you know, WD producing a special on Bret Hart or something or whatever. It's still under their banner. So to me, IWD has been going up weekly, but it's just not under its normal format. And I actually didn't expect it to take a year before it would come back.
Got some fun in store here.
I didn't think it would take a full year for it to come back personally. Oh god, we're gonna make it. This will take a whole year to come back, and it has. Or it would just be under it. Because I had a lot of the, if you've been watching that, a lot of the women go off pregnant. And they're supposed to come back and it's going to have like, oh, we got a very thin women's roster. We only got 5 or 10 people from our roster because everyone's off pregnant. And then it's like, oh wait, we're around 9 months mark, most of them should have been giving birth at this point in time. I can give it a couple of 2 or 3 weeks here, a couple of 2 or 3 weeks back. You know, a few weeks in January because obviously you do get delayed sometimes. So, it's just one of them things. I expected your specials to go as far as they did and that. Or as long as they did. Okay. What were we doing before? We want to start off that troll. I know in chapter 2 we're doing new stuff. I want to grab you. What? You made that a lot simple by coming over to me, and if you came over and had a bloody go. Oh yeah! I wanted THQ to have a conversation with Rat. Oh, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay, sorry. I must fell off as excited because I couldn't see Rat. She's gonna rip him apart. Look at his jugular. Okay, rat. Where is Rat? The Duke's bunker. And this episode might go a bit longer because again, I probably spent like 8 minutes just going on and on. There's a lot of things that happened in the past. But it's over this Christmas. It's been very basically. So yeah. So that's the plan for the channel right now.
I can take it from here.
Oh, that's what we've got here.
From now on, just stay out of my way.
Okay, can I save here? Before you get in there and get us in trouble? Actually, this is going to be great. Just don't want you to get upset with me and that's what we're getting asked for in trouble. 76. So yeah, so I'm hoping, like I said, to do as many episodes as possible over this day - next week. And finish Elex 2 off. So hopefully when when the new year starts, it's the 31st now, so the end of next week, hopefully Elex 2 on my side is finished. I'm just going to edit, export them and schedule them, and that will, like I said, free me up a little bit. Because obviously, like I said, with that weekly thing I want to do, every time one of these slots is taken away because it's finished, that will start allowing me to put another thing in them 2 or 3 days where I can focus and knock something else out. And it's not freeing up the slots and hopefully do double the amount of stuff I need to do for the channel. Obviously, hopefully that means you won't really notice anything other than... What? I thought you wanted to talk to Rat. What? Where you going?
Wait a second, that's it? So what the hell are you doing here?
What?
I got what I wanted, and I don't need you anymore.
What?
So what? Not even a clue about what this secret plan
Who
is
is
all
Preacher
about?
at?
No? So stop asking. If it's pointless yapping you're after, go see your little berserker tramp.
What?
Cause I sure as shit don't need you right now.
What?
Something's not right with Nasty.
No!
Nothing in this world is as mysterious as a woman.
Rat's that way!
It looks like she's in one of her self-destructive phases again.
Oh god.
I should really talk about it with Kaya. Maybe.
What is it?
Oh my god! Sheesh! I thought you were going to rip Nasty's throat out, not mine! Sorry, Rat's throat out.
What is it?
Holy Okay, guess we're gonna cage you. That kind of ruined that. So as I was trying to say before that happened, so yeah, so on the channel, the only thing what really hopeful if I can stick to what I'm trying to do would be is if you're like, oh, here's a tip how to pass this boss at Elex or something. Well, I can't use it, I already completed it. That'd be the only thing. But that's why I'm just trying to leave the things to last that need more updating more often. Hence Bar, Star Citizen, you know, stuff like that, Galciv, but stuff that don't need updating. So I can show more stuff off as well. I don't know how it's going to work with Bar because I feel I do better with Bar when I do 4 or 8 episodes together. And you do one big or 2 big games or some smaller games and just do them back to back. I get into it more, so I don't know how that one's going to work. Maybe I just leave that off the timetable for a month or 2 and then just boom, do 8 at once and then I might do it with Bar also. So then at the point I can still take tips from you lot and stuff and everything and get me playing done. Even though there will be a point when I do need to be 6 months ahead with that, so. But even again, if I do the final 6 months, June, July, that's still going to give quite a bit, isn't it? So we'll see. You never know. Maybe I'll Star Citizen, Bar, and Galciv as the final ones in the last 6 months. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. No longer listen to me. I need advice. I do better than Keiju. A wise woman. Yeah, this is not going to be bad at all. They go talk to the mother of my child, who I'm married to in this game, who after 100+ days has been ignoring me. Even though technically in game 1 my character ended up with Nasty, not with her, had nothing romantic with her, Cajun whatsoever. Then game 2 happens and Des goes, no, that didn't happen. You're actually married and romantically with this one. And then Nasty's been very funny with me ever since. It's like her character secretly knew that we were once an item and we're not no more. I thought she was going to rip Thingy apart though. Like Rat. Oh, okay, so there's 2 things for that one. Okay, where are you? Get over there. We're at 18 minutes, so we'll probably have the conversation with her to end this episode. Oh! Are you in there? And that way it gives you a bit longer. And hopefully I just focus on gameplay now instead of me explaining the channel to you. And again, in this episode when Nasty goes up, you probably not even see this in bloody February or March anyway. By then I might have been able to even tell you what's going on. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, she was up the top, so I kept missing her for ages, wasn't she? Oh, fudge. Okay. Are you gonna rip my head off? Or are you gonna tell you me busy after 100+ days? Or are you gonna actually talk to me?
How's it going?
No sooner do I resume my work as an oracle than it becomes a nuisance.
What?
As it always does.
I know just what you mean.
It's time I turn my attention to more important matters.
About time, you've been here for 100+
I have
days.
just the thing. The Skyant's Dark Elex. We still know next to nothing about it. And seeing as you're the expert in Elex, maybe you can look into this new purple stuff.
I've been thinking about that too. and I know just where to begin my
100 plus
investigation.
episodes. Days.
I'll need your help, though.
That's 100 plus episodes.
You got it.
And it went through or something.
We Berserkers worry more than anyone about the Scienids. In a way, they're not unlike the Albs mutants. They're slaves to Elex II, and are fundamentally changed by the substance. But what is its nature? How does it work? What makes it so infectious?
You know, hit a bit
Does
cheats
it
now.
possess a collective voice like the blue Elex we've lived with all these years?
You think you can find a cure for dark Elex infections?
I won't know what I discover until I discover it.
Can't do any harm to have other irons in the fire. Who knows when Dawkins' research will yield any useful results?
Okay, purple is the new blue. Do you know anything about the warrior called Fox? Oh yeah, he wants me to get him in. Again, he's been sitting out there for how many bloody days, episodes? Where do we start with our search? I want to ask you some bits right now, so we'll do Fox first.
Do you know anything about a warrior called Fox?
Let's just say I've heard a few things about him.
I think he'd make a good recruit for our cause. At least when it comes to fighting skills. Not so sure about the rest of him.
They say he's kinda wild. Not a man who'd be easy to control.
That much is obvious.
My advice would be to follow your instinct. Considering the rest of our allies, I doubt he would be our biggest risk.
Yeah,
He's had a lot of trouble with his superiors in the fort.
I can deal with that, but make it clear to him that it's only on the condition that he stays with us and fights by our
I
side.
can do that, nice.
Good.
I
Thanks.
don't remember what the guy looks like, it's been that long ago.
No problem.
I want to ask you something about Nasty. Do you know what's his real name?
Do you know Fox's real name?
I don't know him that well, I'm afraid.
Okay. That's why he's funny with people. It's about Nasty.
I want to ask you something. It's about Nasty.
Why? Is that tramp causing trouble again?
Wow.
Go on, tell me. What did she do this time?
I just don't understand what she's up to. She's been having me take her to all the heads of the different factions.
She's trying to cause a war.
And each time it ends in total disaster.
But she did do it with Frat.
Hardly surprising. She was never one for diplomacy. Alright,
I was
go
looking
on.
forward to
What
it having to go
happened?
at.
The last meeting was with the Berserkers at the fort.
She
What?
berserk on the...
You took her to see Rat?
No! I tried to.
We never made it that far.
Yeah.
All she's done since we got there is watch people coming in and out. Like she's waiting for someone.
And you just left her alone there?
Okay, it's up to you.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't I?
Have you lost your mind? That woman is volatile. She could explode at any moment.
Okay. Maybe, but how much damage could one warrior do?
Maybe. But how much damage could one warrior do?
You know she was just using you, don't you?
Apparently.
This whole diplomacy plan was just a trick, and a poor one at that. Her true purpose has little to do with negotiating with faction leaders.
Start a war with them? What?
Yeah, I worked that out for myself.
She working for Rat the whole time.
What is her real plan?
I mean, she's berserker.
Well,
technically.
I can only speculate, but I've spoken to some of the Abandoned, and they described her departure from the fort a few years ago.
Okay.
Believe me, it wasn't pleasant. I wouldn't be surprised if that has something to do with Nasty being back there.
Busted. Why would she want to return now? What's her crime back when she was an outlaw? Tell me sooner.
What was her crime back when she was an outlaw?
That's what's so curious. She didn't do anything.
Huh?
But shortly after the war with the Albs, people started talking behind her back. A number of sordid stories and embarrassing incidents came to light.
Okay.
She went from being feared and respected to being
Oh,
mocked.
she didn't like that.
Her reputation with the outlaws was in ruins.
That's why she's with the mock-ups.
And whatever protection being the Duke of Tavar's twin sister gave her, it was gone.
Wow.
She was suddenly on the hit list of every lowlife who knew how to hold a weapon the right way. Staying at the fort was no longer an option. If she hadn't fled, she would likely have been killed.
Whoa. Why would she want to return now? To go after the person who put it after her? That hit on her?
But why would she want to return now?
Her time at the fort is ancient history. I doubt anyone there cares about it. But that doesn't mean she doesn't care. Maybe she just needed time to prepare. She has trained hard since she joined us. And it would seem she's ready.
Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
As if you'd ever been interested in Nasty's flaws. No, you've always let her get away with whatever she wants. Well, I'd rather not be involved. I mean, just think of everything you've done for her.
You say Nasty wanted time to prepare. Prepare for what?
Revenge?
Why don't you ask her? I've said enough already. I don't want any trouble with her. That would cause nothing but grief and aggravation.
Yeah, don't sort it on.
And there's no time for that now.
Where do we start with our search?
I have a certain affinity for Elex and Mana.
We know.
I can sense many of their properties, and even communicate with them. We already know that one derives from the other. But its purple form is very different. It has both replicative and infectious properties. Isolating and analyzing it without contracting the Dark Plague won't be easy.
You can do it, you always do. We have no other choice. Just be careful with then. But both of them all that say.
You can do it. You always do.
I wish I shared your confidence. I will need a sample in its pure form, however. I can't understand how it works unless it's active and whole.
Do we have to go around
And
pick some again?
preferably attached to
That's
a
yes
living
then.
organism.
That's yes then.
I think I know where this is going.
Yes, I need fresh specimens of skyanids for closer study. Most of the beasts we've fought so far have been in a transformed state for several weeks. What I need are skyanids that have undergone a recent mutation. One of our scout troops spotted a young herd of smaller skyanid specimens south of the fort a few hours ago. It appears they were created from a pack of spinehounds. We should track them down as soon as possible. So if you're ready, I suggest we move.
I guess we do that then. And you know what? We're at 27 minutes. Even with all the talking, I will click this next episode and continue. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I apologise again for explaining stuff in the channel. I do that quite a bit. I know, especially when a lot of things change. And a lot of things change a lot. Anyway, see you next time. I'm going to continue this next episode straight away. Bye, everyone.